Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing another Swiss Fate Reforged draft. We've opened Warden of the First Tree. I haven't played him yet, but got a feeling he's pretty good. Yeah, he looks good. Kind of like a figure of Destiny in a little bit, in some ways, huh? So he definitely wants you to be Abzan, but he's still very much playable in like Sultai as well. But definitely taking him either way. Seems very good. Ooh, Pluto Delta. Well, I'm pretty sure that's worth tickets. I'm going to check real quick. Yeah, it's still about 4 tickets. I think otherwise I'd probably just slam an Elite Scale Guard, which is an amazing uncommon. Could be a rare pretty easily. Um, Sure Shot's very good. Harsh Sustenance is good. I like the Bathe. Plenty of other good cards in here. I think PTQ, easy Scale Guard. Swiss Draft, easy 4 tickets. That's the way I look at it. Okay, interesting. You can take Dowsing Gloom, which is just good removal. I think that's probably what we're going to end up doing. I mean, because Warden kind of wants you to be in one of those colors. I could just take a green pick in like Hunt the Weak or Formless Nurturing, but I think Dowsing Gloom is just better. The life gain aspect is pretty nice. There's a Lotus Path Djinn as well, so that's an option. I could take the Lotus Path Djinn and go more for a Sultai build. I already have, a land for it. But I like Dowsing Gloom quite a bit. I think it's good removal, so I'll take that. Still stay open to both Abzan or Sultai. Okay. Well, now I'm pretty tempted to take the Beastmaster. That's just a strong green card in general. There's a Frostwalker, Aven Surveyor, and another Lotus Path Djinn, which is a pretty good sign for blue. But Beastmaster's a great card, so definitely taking that. Okay, now we've got uh, another Surveyor. Geez, 5th pick Surveyor, a Dragon. I mean, Frontier Mastodon's like the easy pick. Does seem like blue's open, but taking a double blue card could be problematic. No white cards remaining. How good is Mastodon? I mean, Mastodon's kind of a take it or leave it card, but it is, I don't know. 3 mana or less creatures are kind of a little more highly prioritized in my book. I mean, Surveyor is very good, but I'm going to take the Mastodon. Just, it's guaranteed on color with what we're trying to do here. So, okay. Grim Contest here seems fine. Could take the Hooded Assassin or something, but could take the Typhoid Rats too. Typhoid Rats is actually a pretty reasonable card, but Grim Contest, somebody correctly kind of mentioned that Grim Contest kind of wants you to make slower decks, which might be true, because there's not, I mean, if you're playing high toughness creatures, they're not exactly beatdown creatures, but we already kind of set up for a nice mid-range deck with a removal spell that gains life, a guy that rewards you for getting to the late game, and a guy that draws you cards every turn. So I don't mind kind of, not necessarily being a super fast beatdown deck. All right, Einok Guide versus Formless Nurturing versus Harsh Sustenance and Scoured Barrens. Well, I mean, Sustenance is good. I don't know if it wants to commit me to white just yet. I could just go full on Abzan. I mean, we didn't see much white, but we could see it out of the next pack. Otherwise, I'm just taking an Einok Guide, which is certainly less exciting than Harsh Sustenance, but at the same time, Einok Guide's good in Abzan too. I'm going to go Einok Guide. It's worse than Harsh Sustenance, but I like getting the bear and staying more open. Because blue does seem open, so there's still a chance we go Sultai. Especially, I definitely like being in two colors after pack one, so I know what I want to go into in packs 2 and 3, like based on the rares I see and stuff like that. Like here's an easy Formless Nurturing, just stays on color. Not a great card, but certainly a fine card. All right, now I think it's an easy Dismal Backwater. We could very easily end up in Sultai. Green, black, splash blue too. Um, Green's not ordinarily a base color of Sultai. I think it's black blue, but that's okay. We'll get a backwater here. Not really giving up too much. Alicia's Vanguard, which is like take it or leave it in my book, and Abzan Rune Mark, which is fine, but I don't necessarily think we're going in. I don't necessarily think we're going in Abzan, yeah. All right, here I kind of want the Sultai Emissary. It could take another Einok Guide. There's a Shadow Spear as well, and another Frontier Mastodon. Mastodon doesn't look all that great in our deck, but Sultai Emissary I kind of like. I like that it blocks, it kind of buys time. Could take another guide too, but I'm going to diversify a little bit and take the Emissary. Okay, Fearsome Awakening. This is an interesting card. It's a way to get back our rare, I guess, but we don't really have a lot of cards we want to res. I mean, otherwise we take another Formless Nurturing, which really isn't that insane. But actually, if we end up Sultai, I could see myself liking Formless Nurturing. All right, Tabled Aven Surveyor. Yeah, I would say blue's open. Ambush Crotique, I guess, does technically have synergy with Surveyor. Could have actually taken the Tranquil Cove. It lets me use blue mana as well as pay for Warden of the First Tree's ability, but that's okay. I think it's going to be a little bit tough to use Warden's ability. Just all right, so we have a couple Formless Nurturing already. Ghostfire Blade is typically the pick. There's not a lot of things I like to take over it. Yeah, I think it's certainly... We already have an Emissary that gives us Manifest and double Formless Nurturing, so we've got some morphs coming out of the next couple packs. Ghostfire Blade is just typically a really nice pick. Surveyor seems like it's going to be... Even though it's a great card, it seems like it's going to be difficult to play in here, even with the blue fixing. The double blue on the splash just can be a mess. But let's take the Ghostfire Blade pretty easily. It's a great card. Okay, so now there's Swarm of Bloodflies, Rakshas's Secret. I think Swarm is fine. I don't have any problems with it. Not really giving up much. Outpost, I guess, once again. Not really necessary. Let's just take the Swarm. I checked my collection. I have 12 Sage of the Inward Eyes. I have played that card a lot. Okay, so I think the choice is Longshot Squad, or there is a Force Away if I want to continue down the Sultai path. Haven't seen a lot of stuff to motivate me to do that yet. I only have one Surveyor, which did table, which tells me blue is open. But I don't know if I necessarily want to go into blue even though it's open if I'm not seeing like super bomby cards. Surveyor is good, Force Away is good, but they're not like play these or you lose sort of thing. Whereas Longshot Squad at least is like a decent body, gives me some reach, gives me another creature, potentially leaves me 2 color. Yeah, I guess we take the squad. I mean, I don't mind playing 2 color. I prefer 3 color, but only if I see cards that motivate. Like if I see Sultai Charm, I'll go into blue. If I see, you know, maybe Sultai Soothsayer or something that gives me some like card advantage in a body and works well with Grim Contest, stuff like that, I'm much more inclined to want to go that direction if I see cards like that. But currently I'm just kind of looking for high toughness creatures, or yeah, all right, so we got the Sultai Charm. That's enough motivation for me. to want to go into blue. So I guess I wish I'd taken the Force Away over the Long Shot Squad, but um, it's not gonna like make or break our deck, I don't think. I mean, Force Away is still a better tempo aggressive card in my mind than like a good defensive card. But Sultai Charm is just an excellent pick here. We already have a couple pieces of blue fixing too. All right, so let's play Sultai. All right, I think it's an easy throttle here. Good removal. Bitter Revelation seems fine here. Not much else on color. Looking for some actual delve. I'd prefer to not play the Crotique. It's fine, not amazing. So I'd rather have some more bomby delve finishers like Hooting Mandrills, Sultai Scavenger, any of those rares. I'm still on the fence about playing Surveyor because of the double blue. Gurmag Swiftwing is something cheap to do. Unyielding Krumar is another 4-drop, which I don't think I need. Whirlwind Adept, not really worth the splash. Guess I'll take the Swiftwing. It seems like it's fine with Ghostfire Blade. And, I don't know. Maybe something else that buffs it. Not an amazing card, but it's playable. So this deck just needs like a good finisher. It just needs a bit of finishing power, and I think we'll be fine. I mean, we do have the finishing power of Warden, but he takes a little bit of time. So I was kind of hoping for another big fatty of some sort. All right, Crippling Chill's a good card. I don't know if we necessarily want to splash for it, but we'll leave the option there. All right, we're not really giving up anything here, so I guess we'll just take the Highlands. Yeah, I mean, Feed the Clan's a sideboard card, but let's take the Secret. I may actually want it. Tuscalocedon is not an exciting finisher, but does seem like Teamer is quite open, but we're a couple. We only have green, blue, and we're so light in blue. I don't think switching to Teamer is a good idea. Take the Dreadmaw. All right, so in this last pack, I basically just want to get some fixing and some sort of good rare finisher. And I wouldn't mind something to make Grim Contest a little bit better. Grim Contest seems okay in our deck right now because we do have the double Formless Nurturing Longshot Squad, but I was kind of hoping for some better ones. Well, we did open a Sultai rare, but it's not a particularly exciting one. I think we just take the Palace. We're close. I mean, I want the Pine Walker. It's a great card. It really is a great card, and it works well with Ghostfire Blade, but this Palace seems really important for our mana base to make the blue cards work in here, because we may end up playing the Surveyor, because it's, I don't know, our deck's like lacking a little bit of evasion, and bounce is nice too. I mean, it is a powerful card. It's just the double blue seems like it'll be problematic. But yeah, let's take the Palace. I think that's, I mean, it sucks we're passing a Pine Walker, a Mystic, Woolly Loxodon, Grizzly. Maybe we table one of them if we're lucky. Okay, Raider Spoils is interesting. There's a second Throttle. And there's Thornwood Falls as well. Could just take the Thornwood Falls. How good is Raider Spoils in here? This thing's a warrior, right? Okay. This guy becomes a warrior. That's pretty good. Guess we don't have that many warriors beyond that. It does buff all of your guys though, which is quite good. We're short on creatures though. Even with the Formless Nurturing, we only have 12. Raider Spoils is a good card though. We don't have any Delve currently either. I think I'm going to go Spoils, just speculating that I pick up a couple more Warriors. Armament Core, Abzan Guide. Now, all the Abzan cards are flowing freely. That surprises me. All right, Roar of Challenge is fine. Could just take a Smoke Teller. It's not a very exciting pick. Roar of Challenge is stronger, but I'm so short on creatures. I don't know how likely it is that it's going to work well for me. I mean, Smoke Teller is certainly not an exciting pickup. Just seems like something our deck could use. A cheap creature. Need finishing power too. This deck needs some work. I don't even have a lot of 4-power guys for Roar of Challenge. It's a powerful effect though. We probably table Smoke Teller, honestly. I guess I take it. I'm not very excited about it. Alright, Sultai Scavenger is at least something that evades. There's a Soothsayer though, which I guess is better, since it works better with our Grim Contest and gives us some card advantage. But Scavenger works better with the Raider Spoils. But currently I don't need to play Secret. This also looks like a 17 land deck. Probably don't need to splash Crippling Chill. Soothsayer seems like a card I'd probably want to splash. Find an answer plus get a nice blocker. But Scavenger evades and works better with Raider Spoils. So that's tough. Maybe I do want to go for more of a Warrior card advantage evasion plan. I do like this card a lot though. Soothsayer is quite nice. There's Become Immense in here too. It's really Soothsayer versus Scavenger, and I don't know which one I like better. I think I'm going to go with the card advantage one. Just speculating that I'd like that more. All right. Grizzly seems fine here. There's a Thornwood Falls, but I'm short enough on creatures where I want to get some 4-power guys, especially with the Mastodon. I just think we kind of need it. Trail of Mystery. All right, so I have this guy that gives me a manifest. Then 2 more manifests, like no morph. Jeez. Trail of Mystery is not quite as good in this deck as I had hoped. Sidisi's Pet is going to be very good with the Grim Contest, but I don't have a lot of buff effects for it. I guess I do have a Ghost Fireblade. All right, convince myself. We'll take the Sidisi's Pet here, try and get another creature. This is our 23rd card, I guess. All right. Well, good pick here. We're going to take the Tuskguard Captain. All these Abzan guides are flowing. Just seems strange. White wasn't open pack 1, so I'm not sure why it's open in pack 3. It just, I guess it's because, I guess Abzan's open, but White's not. I mean, now I kind of wish I'd just gone Abzan rather than fuss around with blue, but it's okay. We still ended up getting good cards in blue. This thing's a warrior too, so it's going to be a nice addition to this deck, I think. The double blue of Surveyor is worrying me still. I don't know if I'm going to make that work, but let's take the Captain for sure. All right, Flare is very good. Another guide. Jeez. We're going to take the Flare. I think we're cutting. I'm not even sure if I need Bitter Revelation in here. I don't have any Delve. I think I'm cutting Revelation. I think I'm probably cutting Surveyor, the double blue. Just minimize blue in this deck. Take the Soothsayer. Or the Flare, rather, excuse me. Alright, Grizzly. Yeah, it's fine. Probably cut one of the Formless Nurturing for it. Doesn't work well with the Grim Contest, but it's actually a pretty nice beater. Alright, Smoke Teller did table. I'm not even sure if I need it at this point, I guess. Maybe just take the Dutiful Return for sideboard. Don't need any of these. Whatever. Yeah, Banner, sure. I don't think we're playing it. So, not the most exciting deck, but I'm glad we picked up the Roar of Challenge. I could see that being good. Didn't quite end up with a lot of colorless creatures, but it's okay. Sultai Flare is very strong. Don't have a lot of high toughness dudes, but Longshot Squad can get there, and Tuskguard Captain can get there pretty quick. Sultai Soothsayer, Tuscalocedon, Pet. So there's at least anything that's equipped with Ghostfire Blade in this deck is good with the Soothsayer, or the Flare. Why do I keep calling this a Soothsayer? It's because they're both Naga Shamans. It's confusing me. So this deck's okay. It's a little bit short on removal. We only have Grim Contest, which isn't at its best here. Sultai Charm, which is good. Douse and Gloom, which is good. And Throttle, which is good. So I guess we're okay there. We don't have a lot of Warriors, but Raider Spoil still just pumps your whole team, which is nice too. And the Warriors we do have, we have Warden, Emissary, Tuskguard Captain. Is that it? I guess that might be it. So we don't have a ton of stuff to draw cards. And like I said, I do like Surveyor, but considering we only got 3 pieces of fixing, I'd rather not play a ton of blue. Because this seems fine. I actually think Roar of Challenge is I'm glad I picked up Roar of Challenge, because we tabled the Smoke Teller anyway, and Roar of Challenge now actually looks good in our deck with the double Alpine Grizzly. And we're like relatively well geared to get to the late game. So I actually think Roar of Challenge is probably one of our best ways to finish a game. We don't have a lot of evasion either. Swiftwing I could see cutting just because it's not insane. I could run, I don't know, maybe like a Bitter Revelation over it for some card advantage if I get flooded. I'm not opposed to that. We have 16 creatures, including Formless Nurturing right now. Swiftwing is good with Ghostfire Blade and Raider Spoils. Otherwise, it's kind of a not too exciting card. It does give us some early game plays, which we don't have a ton of, though. A lot of 3-drops already. I probably only need 4 blue sources for 2 spells, so I could probably just get away with 1 island. Yeah, for some reason I'm on the fence about Swiftwing. Think I'd rather play Bitter Revelation. I'd rather have some card draw. We don't have a ton of life gain in here. We have Douse and Gloom, Pet, Flare. Is that enough life gain to justify the Bitter Revelation? Makes our deck a bit more clunky, but card draw is very good. This guy gets lifelink too. Alright, maybe we have enough lifelink to justify Bitter Revelation. So we're more green than black, but I think we're just going to end up running 1 island. They say that too. So 4 sources of blue, 8 sources of black, 9 sources of green. Kind of want to flip-flop it, only because I need quite a bit of black to make the Warden of the First Tree get to his really bomb form. This would be 9 black, 8 green, 4 blue. I mean, I need green early too. But, well, I mean, do have significantly. Let me look at my curve again here. Yeah, I guess we need green quite a bit more than black. We need to make sure we hit green. And Guide, I guess, can find us another swamp for our Warden if it gets to that point. I mean, making him a 3/3 trample lifelink is still good, but I definitely want to get to the point where I'm putting 5+1/+1 counters on him with trample and lifelink. That would be pretty insane. So I guess our deck's got some finishing power. We've got some removal. Just seems like not like a crazy deck. Just seems okay. There's some powerful cards in here though. Still debating whether I need Bitter Revelation in here. I mean, we don't have any Delve. So it's more of like if I gas out, it's nice to have Bitter Revelation. But I'm trying to think what kind of, like, how are we winning is what I'm thinking. We may be more of a beatdown deck than I'm giving us credit for, which may justify the Swiftwing. But I do like the value of Bitter Revelation. I think I'm going to play Bitter Revelation. Have a little card draw. We're a little bit slow, but Grizzlies on turn 3 can hold down forts relatively well. Grim Contest is questionable in here. But it's a removal spell in general, so it's nice. It does work well with some of the cards we have, like Sultai Flare, Soothsayer. 3/3s are fine with it. The 1/4, of course. Yeah, I guess I'm going to run it like this. So, not a terribly high-ranking deck in my book. I'd probably put it at about, I'd put it at about 6.5. I think the only reason I'm giving it that half is because we actually have some powerful rares in Ghost Fireblade and Warden of the First Tree. But the rest of the deck is pretty take it or leave it. Lackluster, nothing exciting. No super bomby finishers. Some powerful effects, some removal, but nothing to write home about. So, all right, I guess we'll run it like this, and we'll see you round 1.